Welcome to Digital Hospitality. I am your host, Shawn Walchef. This is a Cali BBQ Media production. We are at the JW Marriott in Nashville, Tennessee, Restaurant Transformation Festival, presented by Restaurant 365. And I'm very excited about this episode because I have my friend Michael Sien here, who is the Director of Enterprise at QU POS.
Business development, yes,
Business development. And he lives hard, he works hard, and he plays hard. Michael, why do you live hard, work hard, play hard?
Well, I mean, you only get a certain amount of time on this planet, right?
Yes.
So make the most of all of it, right? Grab every minute, grab every relationship, make memories, and, give everything you got. Don't leave everything on the field.
Well, one of the coolest things for me is we started this show in 2017. We have barbecue restaurants in San Diego, but we had a deep belief that we were not alone in our love for technology, not alone in our love for hospitality, not alone in our love for storytelling, and knowing that there were other crazy people that believed the same way that we did. And if we kept doing the work, eventually we would connect with people all over the globe that were moving our industry forward. And I feel like you and I haven't sat down, but because of the content and the work that you do, sharing videos, sharing your truth, sharing what you're building on LinkedIn specifically, I feel like I know you. And I want to thank you for that.
Oh, my pleasure. There's something about this business, right? Hospitality. We're misfits all our own, right? We connect in that space. I don't care if you're in the restaurant or doing something that supports the restaurant. There's something very unique and that tethers all of us together, and I just love being part of it. So,
when did you get inspired to share your first LinkedIn video?
Wow. I'm not sure if there was a particular moment. I have lots of crazy ideas. You should see some of the ones that never make it. They get vetoed.
I would love to see the unpublished.
The outtakes are amazing.
That's what I want. We'll put links for a couple of those outtakes.
So,
the ones that are in the clouds.
Right, yes. I like to be out there. I'm bold and willing to risk it. And I just thought, let's just start sharing in a one take. I try to always do it in one take.
One take's the way to go.
That's the way to go.
Take notes. If you're listening, if you want to get inspired to start telling your story, one take. If you watch yourself, you won't post it.
That's correct.
I won't post it. My team knows they're all right behind us recording. They're like, Walchef gets one take, and that's it. It only gets worse.
I think it was in our office. We had a bunch of pop-up banners, and I'm like, we should use these things in ways that are beyond just trade shows. I thought, I'll just start doing a set of videos with the pop-ups behind me with the message on it. So that was probably the original inspiration.
And how long ago do you think that was?
Probably 4 years ago.
4 years ago. 4 years of videos. And how often are we doing videos?
Sometimes I'll...
Once a week, minimum?
I try to once a week. Sometimes at 3 or 4. Sometimes I'll go 3 or 4 weeks without.
That's amazing.
When it inspires me.
Well, one of the cool things for me is not only seeing it, following it, liking it, commenting on it, I see how many people it affects in a positive way, because so many people aren't able to come to cool shows like this. They're wondering, what happens at these shows, and by you sharing why you do the work you do and the people that you work with. You gave Pinar a shout out, who's over here, who does phenomenal work, not only for us, but for all of the channel partners here.
Well, she's a rock star.
She is a rock star.
She's a rock star.
But a lot of people don't realize that events like this can't happen without humans like that.
Absolutely. I've always said, I'm in the enviable position of almost being like a news anchor.
Yeah.
But there's hundreds of people that do the work
Correct.
that allow me to do this thing, right?
Yep.
And without them, I'm nothing, right? So that's why I love that part.
Tell me about the mission at Q.
So, about 10 plus years now, it was really about recognizing that the fast casual QSR segment was the growth vehicle, and that there wasn't a true enterprise platform just for multi-unit chains in that very specific business operation mode. Mm-hmm. It's very different from table service.
Yep.
It needed its own set of technologies, features, functions, and Q wanted to be that original like OG of enterprise platform solutions for fast casual and QSR.
Tell me about enterprise. What do you love about working in the space?
Enterprise is unique.
What is enterprise? Let's define enterprise, because everyone has a different definition.
Right, and you'll find that mid-market enterprise, it's all over the map. For us, it's Generally 20 and above.
20 restaurants or above.
Correct.
Got
Once
it.
you hit that number,
That's the magic number.
yeah,
That's when all the money starts coming in.
Yeah, all the requirements change, the needs change, the demands change.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yep.
For us, the uniqueness is that blend of corporate and franchise,
Okay.
right? So you get that corporate need for data and reporting and continuity, but you also get that on-prem operator need at the local level. So providing that powerful platform for the corporate, but products like Notify that
Yes.
are, app-based notifications for operators on sales, labor, things that are happening in the store, real time, voice activated, super important and helpful for operators. So trying to navigate both at the store level and the corporate level is a real challenge, and I think Q does it better than any other technology in the space.
How long have you been with Q?
So I started in 2015.
2015.
I was employee number 12, and
Number
I
12,
remember the
wow.
day I met Nico, and he was employee number 4. So he and I
Wow.
have had a long journey together.
So what was the story that sold you on Q?
You know, it's funny. I was consulting, helping operators be better on-prem. That was my thing. I'm a waiter and a bartender by trade, as you can imagine.
I
And
thought you were shy. No.
so I was slinging drinks on a Friday night because I still like to get behind a bar, and in walks a guy, Kyle, who was with Micros. He was their VP of Global Ops, and he had started with this new company, and he handed me the business card. And I'm like, yeah, I'd be interested in that.
Yeah.
And so I went home and I looked up all their website, and 2 o'clock in the morning I sent him an email, and I had an interview on Tuesday, and off we went.
That's amazing.
So,
Tell me about the growth. I mean, what are you guys looking at in 2024 and beyond?
you know, we've taken sort of tortoise approach to
Tortoise.
this.
I'm a huge tortoise fan.
Yeah,
over here.
we didn't take the hare
I
approach.
am a
but
huge fan of the tortoise.
Yeah,
we don't
so-
talk enough about tortoises,
We
but they're
have
always there.
Yeah, we've been grinding for 10 plus years,
Yeah.
not chasing IPOs or anything like that, just trying to be responsible to the industry and build that super strong, versatile, nimble, scalable platform. And so each year, virtually every year, we're 100% growth year over year.
That's
And
incredible.
it's been a steady grind, and last year has been spectacular with Go-To Foods and Jack in the Box, and added to our
Those are
portfolio of
big
Taco
deal.
John's. And
I've heard of Jack in the Box.
yeah, once or twice, right?
It's San Diego.
Yeah, so it's just been great, and we're excited for what 2025 and beyond is going to bring to.
So we're
to Q and our
here, day
customers.
2 of the Restaurant Transformation Festival. What was your takeaway from day 1?
Really, the finish by Chris Ye on AI, pulling that all together. My takeaway is always, our partners are so important to us, right? The platform that we facilitate, we don't try to be all things to all people. We know what we do, we stay in our lane. We're all about unified commerce, order journey. Partners like Restaurant 365 that we've been with for so long. I don't
Yeah.
think we have a partner longer than we've had
Oh, wow.
Restaurant 365. The synergies between their data emphasis and our data emphasis is perfect, and that was so showcased yesterday in all my conversations with their customers, sitting in the breakout sessions, and getting capped off by a great conversation with Chris Ye on AI yesterday.
What is business development?
So business development is, again, sort of that anchor man, right? I'm Ron Burgundy. To get out there in both for the partners and the brands to evangelize for Q and see who are the right and best people for us to talk to.
Yeah.
We're not the best fit for everyone, and every brand's not the right fit for us. My job is to vet those things out. Who are the right partners? Who are the right brands for us to work with?
Yep.
That's the business development piece for Q.
And who are the right what are the key things that you look for? I mean, every partner is unique, but what are the founding principles that you're looking for in a partner?
I would say innovative, forward-thinking, looking to scale. Our platform is built for those brands that are really aggressive about how they want to utilize tech to create a great guest experience. And I think brands are starting to realize we've got to provide a great employee experience too.
Yeah.
It's that whole Danny Meyer thing. Happy employees equal happy customers. So when EHI invested in Q, that whole Danny Meyer connection was perfect for us. And so, again, great experience for customers and employees is what we're really after We want those brands that are innovative, forward-thinking, scaling, well-run, want to be something more than they are today, focused on where the puck is going, right? That's super important for us. So,
if somebody's listening to this and they're thinking about hospitality technology, getting into this field, this line of work, it's great to be with a growing company, even a tortoise company that grew 100% year-over-year growth. I don't know what kind of tortoise we're talking about, but
it's a quick tortoise, but it's a tortoise.
Tortoise. But nonetheless, we like to get real on the show. We let people know. I mean, the show started, it was called Behind the Smoke, to talk about really what happens in business. And there's dark times in hospitality. Do you have any stories of any dark times where you thought maybe hospitality technology wasn't something that you were going to be doing?
I don't know, dark times. I know early, when you're early on in a startup, there are moments where you're like, are we going to make it? Like, is this going to work, right? Are we, you question, are we doing the right things the right way?
Yeah.
And we've never lost that focus on responsibility to the industry. Stay focused on being responsible in your tech, to your people, to each other, accountable to each other. And it's, I love the startup, the growth companies, because there's a sort of guerrilla warfare, MacGyver type.
Yeah.
That's not just in startups, but in restaurants, right?
Yeah.
I always said, a restaurant manager was like, give me a spoon, air filter from the air conditioner, and a piece of gum, and I'll fix it.
It sounds like Eric, my GM.
That's what they do,
they'll
right?
Patch it together. How's this thing staying together? We have no idea, but it's working.
The connection we have at Q, a lot of us have been on this journey for a long time. The relationships are lifelong. I spent some time at a restaurant called Volt with the Voltaggio brothers in Frederick, and it was the most intense 2 years of service in a restaurant I've ever had, and I'll never forget those memories. Q is very similar to that. We've had such great bonding, and they're just great people, and I love what I do.
If you are talking to restaurant owners that might be watching this that weren't able to come to the show, why should they get out of their restaurant and try to come to events like this?
Information is power.
Yeah.
It's easy to get so mired in the day-to-day of running your restaurant that you lose sight of resources that are potentially out there to help you do it better. Your objective should be to be a great operator, and in order to do that, it's incumbent upon you to be aware of the technologies that are out there to help you. And the only way you're going to understand those is to get out there, talk to those companies, and more importantly, talk to your peers that are at those events. How are you using it? How is it making your business better? How are you delivering a better guest experience by using the technologies that are out there? And then fold those into the ones that make sense into your business.
That's amazing. If you guys are listening to this, if you're watching this, every Wednesday, every Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time on LinkedIn Live. We do a live show. It's called the Rising Tide LinkedIn Live Show. It's a chance for you, if you're in restaurants, if you're in hospitality, if you're in tech, sales, marketing, it's a chance for you to connect with the community. We have an incredible community of people. We want you to join us on stage. Follow Cali BBQ Media on LinkedIn for the links to that room. Michael, I know you're on LinkedIn. We're going to put a link to your LinkedIn bio because you got to follow what you're doing. It's inspiring. We talk about smartphone storytelling. No one's going to tell your story. You have a unique story. Every single person. We can't wait for the marketing team to have all marketing responsibilities. Everyone, for whatever brand you work for, we love what we do. And if you don't love what you do, find a company where you do love what you do, because life is way too short. This business is very hard, but it's also very rewarding. And you inspire me. I'm grateful that we got to have you on the show. Is there any parting words of wisdom you'd like to share with the audience?
I think you nailed it. Do what inspires you. Do what you love. And if you're not doing what you love and inspires you, then go find what that thing is. I was lucky enough at 19 to walk into a restaurant and realize this was my thing.
Yeah.
And I've never looked back, and it's 40 years now, and I don't regret a minute of it. I've met so many wonderful people. I always say life is about the people you meet and the memories you make. And if your life is not providing those opportunities for you, go find something that does.
That's amazing. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Please check out Q website.
QBeyond.com.
QBeyond.com. Follow them on social. And Restaurant Transformation Festival. The tours happen all over the country. They happen every single year. They keep getting better and better. We hope to see you at one of the upcoming events. Restaurant 365, we appreciate it. As always, stay curious, get involved, and don't be afraid to ask for help. We'll catch you guys next week. Bye.